Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and today we're pulling on the new Heroes and Rearmed Lumera banner. These Fallen banners are always really hit or miss for me, but this year I love almost every character here and I am so excited to pull today. So we will talk about these characters as we go, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I want to start out by saying that I am so sorry that there has been so much of a content drought on the channel, but I've actually skipped the past several banners in Fae because I really didn't care for the character choices, and I always want to be excited about the content that I make, and I was just not excited about those banners, and so that is why I have been in saving mode. But I am so glad that I saved these orbs up because I want so many of these characters today. And I did suspect that we would get either Veil or Lumera because there were so many characters that fell in Engage. Like, they could make an entire banner just from that game. And I think they were both great choices. Oh my goodness, oh my gosh, we got her. Oh my gosh, that art is so perfect. I am so happy to see her. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is plus HP minus speed. I am just so happy that she has come home. And I think that we should probably still continue to pull at least some reds because I love Lumera as a character. I would love to merge her up, and she's not going to be in the regular pool, so I think there is... Holy smokes! Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, this is like the luckiest circle ever. Okay, let's check IVs. And he is minus attack, but I do not care. I am just so thankful that he has come home. And I know that it might seem weird me saying that I'm excited to see Nurgle because I typically don't like a lot of villain characters, but he has actually been one of my most anticipated characters to be added to Fae. And I think that a lot of it is because FE7 was my first Fire Emblem game, and so he was my first villain, but I think he is a really good villain. Like, he is nuanced, I think that he is pretty much a terrible person with terrible motives, but he is so interesting, and you don't always get that with villains, and for all of those reasons, I have been waiting to see him in Fae, and they totally delivered, and so I'm really happy that we were able to get him. And I don't think that we have to pull like too many greens moving forward just because he is going to be in the regular pool and I can get merges for him hopefully at a later date, but I am just so happy that he's finally in Fae. And then as for the other characters that we have on the banner, of course I want to get Veil as well. And so we will spark for her if she doesn't come home, but if she does decide to come home a little bit sooner, then we'll probably take a Lumera merge. But yes, I'm so happy she's here. Another one of my favorites from Engage. I think the art is so perfect. I love her voice work and just really happy overall. And so those three choices I was super happy with, and I'm really excited for them. And then we have Ursula. And I feel like I should apologize because I do know there are a lot of people that love her, but unfortunately I am not one of them. I don't understand why she has so many alts when there are so many FE7 characters that have been overlooked. Like, I know why they added her because she does technically fall in FE7, but I would have even been happier if they switched her and Lloyd and given him like a full kit. I think that would have been better, but overall I was just disappointed with the choice and wish they would have done something a little bit different. So no blues for today. And so with all that said, I think that we can answer some viewer questions. And as always, if I don't get to yours, I am so sorry. I'll try to do it in a future one. And if you think of a question that you'd like to ask me, just put it in the comments with #question, and I will be sure to put your question on my list. And so our first question today comes from Television Blue, and they ask, what characters and ideas would you like for a baby Engage banner? Oh my goodness. I'm really hoping we see this in the next few years because it would be so cute. And of course, the character at the top of my wish list is going to be Diamant. He is my favorite character in the game. And so I would love to see him as a kid. And if he's paired with Alchrist, that would be really cute. But if Alchrist is separate, I'd be really happy with that too because he is another one of my favorites. And then to round out a banner, I'd love to see baby Ivy. I'd love to see baby Citrine. And I feel like another option would be like a baby Alir and Veil. And I don't know how I would feel about it because I assume that like baby Alir would be like a little red zombie who'd be like really sad all the time, but I don't know. But either way, I would love to see Engage babies in the future. I think it would be so cute, and those are the characters at the top of my wish list. But thank you so much for that great question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one, and this comes from Crocobay. And they ask, what hypothetical seasonal alt do you think you would like to see Ranulph in? So this is a character that I cannot believe has not gotten an alt this far. I feel like there are so many other characters that have gotten so many alts in Tellius, and he totally deserves it, and I don't know why he hasn't. You know what? Let's pull these greens. I feel like it's so rare that you see this many, and it could be a Nurgle merge, so let's do it. But getting back to our question about Ranulph, I cannot believe he has not gotten an alt. I feel like he is more important to the story than a lot of other characters that have had a number of alts. And if I had my choice, I think that I would go with New Year's because I think that it would be really cute. All the other cats have been added for New Year's, so I feel like it is his turn. But thank you for that great question. Okay, please be Nurgle. Okay, smoke. Oh, ew. Oh, it's Nino. Okay. Oh, at least she can't break the pity. Let's check IVs. And she is plus speed. Okay. You know, I feel like I should explain myself a little bit because once upon a time I was actually very neutral about Nino. Like when I played FE7, like I didn't like her, I didn't dislike her, she just existed. I really didn't use her because I already had a bunch of characters that I loved and wanted to use, and so she was just there and I was very neutral. But then when Faye came out, things started to change. Like when the game first came out, she was actually a very powerful character and very cheap to build. And so I feel like a lot of people used her and hyped her up, and I didn't want to use her then. But then after that, she kept getting like alt after alt, and I kind of found that annoying, especially when other characters were getting passed up for some alts or even for getting added. And then on the banner with Legendary Azura when she first came out, I think I was pity broken by the flying one like 4 times, and that like just solidified my dislike for her. And so I know she's like a super popular character. I know people love her, but that is why I have that reaction when I see her. But yeah, I think that we can go ahead and answer another question now, more than halfway through. And this next question today comes from Zen5015. And they ask, what is your opinion on Resplendent Hana? So I am sorry if she is one of your favorites, but unfortunately I was very disappointed when I saw her. And it's not because the art is bad. I think the art is fine. I think that the theme fits her just fine, but she's not a character that I like. Like I don't dislike her, but I just don't really care. And so whenever that happens, when we get a character that I don't want with Fae Pass, I'm pretty disappointed. And she was no exception. And I do feel like a lot of characters lately have been very disappointing to me just because I either don't like them or don't care about them, and I feel like it's kind of a waste. So I'm hoping that the next one I like a little bit more because as of late, it's been like pretty hard to justify for me. But thank you for that great question. Okay, please be Lumera. Never mind. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this next red and we can answer our next question. And this comes from Archer of Hoshido. And they ask, which dead game mode do you wish they'd bring back? So this is a really good question because I feel like there is no rhyme or reason to how they cycle these game modes, and there are some that I think are terrible and they run fairly frequently, and then there are ones that are actually good and we never see them, and I think the one at the top of my list is probably Grand Conquest. Because I really like using other people's characters, and you could like actually get to use them in that mode, unlike Affinity Auto Battles where you do pretty much nothing. But I think that Grand Conquest is really fun. There's a little bit of a challenge there, and it also brings like a ton of great content for creators. And so for all those reasons, that would be my choice. But thank you for that great question. Okay, please be Vale. Okay, smoke. And we get a Yulia. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this next colorless and we can answer another one. And this comes from Awakening Hikari. And they ask, what are your thoughts on the twist regarding Sam from Honkai Star Rail? And who do you plan to pull for aside from Robin, like reruns or light cones? Okay, so to answer your first question about Sam, I thought that it was handled really, really well. And I think that I would have probably enjoyed the twist a little bit more if I hadn't been spoiled. And it's totally my own fault because I look at leaks. I know I shouldn't, but I do. And so I saw that, and so I did know the twist, but looking back on it, I think there were some nice little hints here and there that were very subtle, and I love the character even more, and I absolutely have to pull for them, and I am being intentionally vague in case you haven't done the quest. But yes, I think that Sam is an amazing character, and I definitely want to pull for them. And then as for your second question about plans for pulling in the future, aside from Robin, I'm still on the fence about Topaz because like I don't care about her as a character, but I think Numby is so cute and there's also like a ton of utility there. And so I'm still on the fence about that. And as for light cones, nothing I really want right now, but I definitely want Sam and I also want Jade coming up. So I have no idea what I'm going to do with all my gems. But thank you for all those great questions. Okay, we have Smoke. Maybe this is Vale. And we get a Patty. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this next one, and we'll hope that this is a lucky purple Vale. Okay, this could be it. And it's Matthew. Okay, so we hit our 40, but we are contractually obligated to pull this red. It's right here, so we have to do it. Okay, Smoke. Never mind. Okay, so let's back out, and we can go ahead and do our Spark. And of course, we have to complete our trio with Vale. Oh my goodness, that art is so great. My gosh, I am so happy that we're able to get her. And we get the thing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end things here. I got everybody on my wish list, and I hope that you guys get all the purple characters that you are pulling for. And I also want to say big thank you to everybody taking the time to submit questions. You guys are keeping this channel going, so thank you so much for your time. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.